Hi everyone, Jared O'Neill here. So I'm basically back on a job here. I done a video over there probably a couple of weeks ago on this whole Sturgeon landing, and so basically what happened was the interior designer that picked the wallpaper for this job measured up as well, and we're a roll short. That's basically what happened. So I've one wall to do here, and the paper has just come in. So I'm back on the job, basically just finishing off this one roll of wallpaper. Everything's finished. The job was finished by this one wall. So I'm basically on this wall here, and I'm papering at the back of a radiator here. There's wee brackets and stuff. So I'm just doing a short video on that there, how to go about papering behind a radiator. And it's pretty straightforward. First thing is, don't paper behind the radiator. That's it. Take the radiator off, and also get a plumber to do the job. Don't attempt it yourself. I'm not a plumber. I'm a decorator. I have a plumber who comes and takes my radiators off. Secondly, if I attempted, I don't know if any decorators know this, if I attempted to take a radiator off and there's an issue and there's a leak or whatever else, my liability insurance doesn't cover. So, for the simple reason, I do not take radiators off, a plumber does it. I'm a decorator, I hang wallpaper, so your insurance will not cover if there's any issues with the radiator. So for the sake of 30 or 40 pounds, get a plumber and take your radiator off. And secondly, it's a neater job. Don't get me wrong, I have in the past papered behind radiators. It's awkward, it's messy. It's certainly not a tidy job. I hear guys, I can get right in behind it. As soon as that heat goes on, it does loosen the paper up, it does cause problems. So definitely get a plumber in, take the radiator off, and it's as simple as that. Pay the extra money for that there, and as I say, certainly get a plumber in to do the job. So I'm basically on the third strip here. I'll drop the wee camera down. You can see there's two wee brackets here. You can see where the pipe is there as well. So what I have to do basically is cut round those. I don't screw those off. Again, you'll probably get a few wee comments, why do you not take the brackets off? And it's a good question. I don't take them off for the simple reason, when there's a radiator on the wall, and it's plumbers that actually tell me this, don't take, but if you can cut round the brackets and do a tidy job, do it, because those brackets are set, perfectly for the radiator. If I take those brackets off, put them back on, and they're off a wee bit, it can cause problems putting the radiator back on again. So I basically trim around the radiator, and I'll just show you here. I'll just show you around this one here. You can see. Those two wee brackets are, it's perfect, it's nice, neat, tidy job. So I'm going to show you how to go about doing it around these brackets here. Just move this around here, like so. And so this is a piece of wallpaper. And it's a lovely wallpaper, lovely to put on. It's basically hanging this paper, it's every sheet, I think I mentioned this the last time, it's a turnative strip basically. So your first sheet goes straight, your second sheet goes upside down, right? And if you see that on the instructions, it's very important to do that. So look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste the wall first. And so just mark where the edge of your paper's going, which I've done here. And just bring the paste past the mark, just allow a wee bit of room past it. Make sure you put plenty of paste up into your picture reel here, or if it's going up to a ceiling, again, plenty of paste up there. And this is a ready mix adhesive. Make sure there's plenty on the edge there. And as you can see, these walls were cross-lined, which I always like to do. And again, get plenty of paste. Don't be afraid to go onto your skirting board, because as you always know, my previous videos, you know, I always have a clean bucket of hot water, and whenever I hang the paper, you just wash it all down, all the excess paste on the woodwork. These wee brackets, make sure you put plenty of paste around them. And there's another thing there, you know, again, you know, with the plumber, he has put in, you know, wee covers on these pipes here, so there's no leaks or anything. You know, there's a lovely carpet here, and you know, whenever radiators come off, these wee pipes can leak at times, you know, and you know, if water starts getting onto your carpet, it can damage it. You know, so the plumber puts wee covers on these here, wee pipes and stuff as well, you know. And if there is any issues, it's only a matter of ringing your plumber, he'll come out and sort it out, you know. So all you decorators out there, just remember you're not plumbers, you're decorators. Leave the plumbing to the plumbers. There's it cut in, just get the wee roller here. Again, a nice even coat. Don't be shy with the paste, but keep it nice and even. So what I'll do next is I'll just grab my paper here. And you can apply this right away, you know. That's what I like about paste the wall, you know. As soon as you paste that wall, put your paper on right away. Or, you know, when you're actually pasting the paper, you have to allow, you know, soaking time with the manufacturer's instructions, depending what paper you're hanging, you know. So, straightforward. Get your paper into place. Join it up. Again, just do it with your hands, just get it all nice and even, you know. Get those wee joins in there perfectly butted, like so. That's it. And a wee spatula. I'm using a spatula. This is a nice textured vinyl, so you can use this on these papers now. I got a call last week. I forget the make of the wallpaper, but the girl told me she had 4 or 5 decorators out and they refused to hang this paper, and I told her to send me the picture of the instructions and the make of the paper and stuff. You know, I always go by the instructions, and you have to use a lot of these hand printed wallpapers. The only thing you can apply it with is a mohair roller onto the surface, you know. And you know, a lot of guys kind of think, because of that, like I think it was £100 a metre for this stuff, get a bit anxious, you know, over the whole price, and you have to get a mohair roller to put it on, all this here. But if you just follow the instructions, if you can hang paper, that's basically it. Follow the instructions and you can't go too far wrong, you know. Anyway, I'll do I've it booked in, I think, in my diary. I think it's end of September at some point, so maybe do a wee video on this paper. Hope to God I don't mess it up, you know. Anyway, just spread it out, okay? Tuck that in tight with the picture reel for trimming. Those wee seams are, just double check and make sure they're, that's why I have my glasses on, you know, because they're very fine, to make sure they're in nice and tight, you know. Just run your wee roller on the seam there. Get the straight edge and trim it top. So see, before you go near these brackets, see this 2/3 of this paper that's up, trim it and wash it down, and then move to your bottom, you know. Just tuck that up in there tight, get a nice straight edge. There you have it. Just get a sponge, clean sponge, hot water. Give it a wipe down, make sure there's no excess paste on the surface. Wipe the paste off the picture reel here. There we go. Just bring it down a wee bit further there. So here's the brackets that we're coming across here now. So just make sure it's nice and even to your bracket. So there's two of these wee squares, and just find it, just your paper's over there. Set at the top of the bracket. There's a wee straight edge at the top there. And trim the top of it. Okay. Then just mark each corner here at the bottom. Take them out of socket really, these don't need smaller squares. And just get your wee blade like so from the corner and trim it. Same with the next one there. And just pop it round there, like so. Bring your join down. And I always say too, you know, seeing your hanging paper, for me, take your time, you know, it's just keep relaxed, don't get all flustered, you know. Just, you know, you'll get there. Okay, just work around with the paper, just adjust it if it needs to be moved about, and take your time, you know. So there's that round there. All I do here is trim the bottom here, like so. This bracket's actually a wee bit loose, as you can see there. So what I'll probably do is tighten it up. It's a wee flathead screwdriver, just tighten it up. There we go. So that's bracket one done. get my sponge, and that's what I always like to do, you know. Bring your paper down with you and, you know, do all your trimming, all your washing as you're going along, you know. Okay, now onto the next bracket, same thing, just mark it, put the paper on the wee top edge of the bracket. It's about 1 inch across here to here, okay, and just trim it. What I do with this one here is, because it's only about 1 inch at the bottom of the bracket, just bring the scissors up through the middle of it there, like so. Just bring it over. Just tuck that in behind the pipe. Again, get your edge butted perfect in there, and just break it. And just trim around your wee bracket then. So trim that wee piece there. And the other side. And then the bottom, on the top of your skirting board there. Just get your straight edge in behind your wee pipe there, come across. Then bring it over the other side. And there you have it. And as always, your wee bits of scrap paper, when you finish one strip, just put them into a wee bag. Keep it placed tidy. Sponge. Give it an iron work down. And there you have it. Paper behind a radiator. Trimming around the brackets. There you go. You can see it's a nice tidy job. When the plumber comes back, he'll just set that wee radiator over that, and there you have a nice tight wallpaper, smooth, no joints showing, no chance of it loosening up with the heat, you know. Anyway, so there you go. So if you have any questions on this video, on paper and behind a radiator, or what adhesive to use, preparation, anything like that, sure, by all means get back. Okay, thank you very much for watching. All the best.